And as I have to do at each meeting, considering the times that we're in, I have to read as follows. Members of the City Council, Madam Clerk, Madam Treasurer, department heads, city staff, all members of the public. On October 16, 2020, the Governor of the State of Illinois issued the latest statewide disaster proclamation related to continuing public health emergency poised by the COVID-19 pandemic. On September 24, 2020, I issued the latest proclamation and declaration of continued local state of emergency due to the continued nature of the COVID-19 pandemic. As such, pursuant of Section 7E of the Illinois Open Meetings Act, City of Markham Ordinance Number 202272, City of Markham Ordinance Number 202254, as head of this public body, I've determined that in-person meeting and meeting otherwise conducted in accordance with the Open Meetings Act is neither practical nor prudent because of the disaster. Therefore, this meeting will be conducted remotely by internet teleconference without requiring physical presence of a quorum. Prior to the commencement of this meeting, all members of this body who are to be recorded as present were verified and can hear one another. I further find that due to the disaster, the physical presence of members of the officers of the public body and the members of the public at the regular meeting location is not feasible. And more specifically, I find that the practical difficulties associated with accommodating the public in an accessible, hygienic location that allows for appropriate social distancing renders any in-person attendance unfeasible. Alternate arrangements have been made to allow the public to simultaneously hear all discussion, testimony, and roll call votes via Zoom, teleconference, and/or City of Markham Facebook page. Notice of these arrangements have been given in accordance with the Illinois Open Meeting Act. The posted agenda for this meeting contains specific information regarding how the public may assess the meeting via the alternative arrangements. The public may address the body consistent with the rules previously adopted by the City Council, including via comment via the internet teleconference platform used or by email submission to the city clerk, as noted and confirmed on the agenda. All votes shall be conducted by roll call vote, and verbatim recorded of the meeting shall be made and maintained in accordance with the Open Meetings Act. All participants are hereby further notified that participating at this meeting that they acknowledge and are informed that the meeting is public record. Any questions and concerns should be directed to me or the City Law Department. Thank you. With that, we'll go to roll call.
Alderwoman Hampton.
Present.
Alderman Jones.
Present.
Alderman Barron.
You're on mute, Alderman Barron. No, he was here. There we are.
There we go.
Present.
Alderwoman McDowell.
Present.
Okay, since we're going to consider minutes at the next meeting, we'll go right into authorization, claims and accounts, the bill list.
Mayor, I make a motion that we accept the City of Markham invoice payment approval of bills for October 21st, 2020, which reads as follows. Corporate, $351,425.10. Water and sewer, $229,834.06. Solid waste, $100,146.17. Motor fuel, $92,326 even. The David Webb Jr. Senior Living Complex, $24,013. The roller rink, $1,986.47. Zero tolerance, $8,567.07. TIF Dixie Highway, $252,617.17. The TIF Interstate Crossing, $12,002.50. For a total of $1,072,904.67. With the manual checks of $7,000 even, which give us a grand total of $1,079,904.67.
Second.
Motion by Alderlady Hampton, second by Alderman Barron for approval of authorization of claims and accounts to bill list. Question? Roll call?
Alderwoman McDowell,
Yes.
Alderwoman Hampton,
Yes.
Alderman Jones,
Yes.
Alderman Barron.
Yes.
Okay, moving right along, we don't have any, we do not have any special presentations this evening. We do have a lot of things under City Attorney's report, and that's where we'll go to, and we'll move through those, and we'll be on our way. Mr. City Attorney, you have a supporting cast with you tonight as necessary, but
Right.
they're available should we need them.
All right. Good evening, Mr. Mayor, members of the council, and members of the, respect to the city attorney's report. It appears generally under 8A through K this evening. I'm sorry, A through M, actually, A through M. We've already covered 8A. Moving to 8B, we have a proposed resolution approving the extension and renewal of reproclamation and declaration of continued local state of emergency within the city of Markham and approving the mayor's determination regarding modifications to in-person meetings in response to the COVID-19 pandemic.
Mayor Ed Powell,
Yes,
I make a motion that we approve resolution 20-R-615, approving the extension and resolution approving the extension and renewal of the reproclamation and declaration of the continued local state of emergency within the city of Markham and approving the mayor's determination regarding the modification to in-person meeting to respond to the COVID-19 pandemic, October 21st, 2020.
Second.
motion by Alderman Barron, second by Alderlady Hampton for resolution approving the extension of the renewal, reproclamation, and declaration of the continued local state of emergency within the city of Markham, as read by Alderman Barron. Question? Roll call?
Alderman Jones,
Yes.
Alderwoman McDowell,
Yes.
Alderman Barron,
Yes.
Alderwoman Hampton.
Yes.
Next, we have under 8C, a proposed ordinance of the city of Markham, Illinois, Cook County, approving tax increment redevelopment plan and redevelopment project for the First Amendment to the Interstate Crossings TIF redevelopment project area. I trust everyone receive a copy of this along with the exhibits that are attached as Exhibit A with respect to this one.
Yes.
Yes,
Wanda, you
it
open
was emailed. Yes.
Yes,
Wanda,
some things are included as well as emailed as well, so.
Wanda, you open the floor?
Sure. I make a motion that we adopt ordinance number, I'm sorry, 2285.
8-3.
Is it 83?
Yes.
Okay, a correction, 2283. And ordinance for the city of Markham, Cook County, Illinois, approving tax assessment redevelopment plan and redevelopment project for the First Amendment to the Interstate Crossing TIF redevelopment project area.
Second.
Second.
Motion, Alderlady McDowell, second by Alderman Jones, for ordinance of the City of Markham, Cook County, Illinois, approving tax increment development plan and redevelopment project for the First Amendment of the Interstate Crossings TIF redevelopment project area. Question? Roll call? Oh,
Wait,
question?
You gotta waive.
I need that to be a waiving of
I'm
the
sorry.
reading.
I'm sorry. I was trying to get the numbers. I make a motion that we waive the reading.
Okay,
Okay.
all right. So
Okay.
Second.
I'll still roll call vote on that, so. And Alderman Jones second. So we'll go ahead to roll call for the waiving of the reading.
All righty. Alderwoman Hampton,
Yes.
Alderman Barron,
Yes,
Alderwoman McDowell,
Yes.
Alderman Jones.
Yes.
I make a motion that we adopt ordinance number 20-0-2283, an ordinance for the City of Markham, Cook, Illinois, approving a tax incentive redevelopment plan, and redeveloping project for the First Amendment in the Interstate Crossing TIF redevelopment project area.
Second.
Motion by Alderlady Hampton, I'm sorry, Alderlady McDowell, second by Alderman Jones, to adopt ordinance the City of Markham, Cook County, Illinois, approving the tax increment redevelopment plan and redevelopment project for the First Amendment of the Interstate Crossings TIF redevelopment project area. Question? Roll call?
Alderman Jones,
Yes.
Alderwoman Hampton,
Yes.
Alderwoman McDowell,
Yes.
Alderman Barron.
yes,
Next, we have under 8D, a proposed ordinance of the City of Markham, Cook County, Illinois, confirming the designation of the city's interstate crossings amended redevelopment project plan.
I make a motion that we waive ordinance number 20-0-2284, and ordinance for the City of Markham, Cook, Illinois, approving a tax incentive redevelopment plan and redeveloping project for the First Amendment to the Interstate Crossing for the TIF redevelopment project area.
Second.
Second.
Motion by Alderlady McDowell, second by Alderlady Hampton, to waive the reading for ordinance for the City of Markham, Cook County, Illinois, confirming designation of the city interstate crossings amended redevelopment project plan. Roll call?
Alderman Barron,
yes,
Alderman Jones,
Yes.
Alderwoman McDowell,
Yes.
Alderwoman Hampton.
Yes.
Next, we have under 8E, a proposed ordinance of the City of Markham.
No, we need to
no,
adopt it
We've
first.
got to adopt the ordinance, Attorney.
Right.
But the adopted ordinance.
Okay. I'll make a motion that we adopt ordinance number 20-0-2284, an ordinance of the City of Markham, Cook County, Illinois, approving a tax incentive redevelopment plan and redevelopment project for the First Amendment to the First Interstate Crossing TIF and redevelopment project area.
Second.
I think you read that one wrong. That's got to be the amended redevelopment project plan, not the area.
Right. Yeah, 8D.
Right.
I read the wrong one?
Yeah. Go to D. Read
Oh,
off the
that
one
is-
for D is the
That
plan.
was D.
I thought that was D.
That was.
Well, she mentioned area. She didn't say plan.
Okay, so go to
Oh.
D. Okay, I'll reread it.
Yeah.
Am I correct on the ordinance number is 2284?
Yes.
Okay. I make a to adopt reading ordinance number 20-0-2284, an ordinance in the City of Markham and Cook Illinois, confirming the redesignation of the city interstate crossing amended redevelopment project plan. Did I read the right one? Did I read the right one?
Redevelopment project area, amending. Yeah,
Yeah,
redevelopment.
amending the redevelopment project plan.
Mhm. Yes.
Okay, all right.
I don't know, Mayor.
That's correct now. We said plan, and we said
Yes.
area the first time, so. Okay, we got a motion for that, and you seconded, Alderlady Hampton?
Hampton, yes.
Okay, all right. Question? Roll call?
Alderwoman Hampton,
Yes.
Alderman Barron,
Yes.
Alderman Jones,
Yes.
Alderwoman McDowell.
Yes.
All right, now we can move on. Okay, next we have under 8E, the proposed ordinance of the city of Markham, Cook County, Illinois, confirming tax increment allocation financing for the First Amendment to the city of Markham interstate crossings redevelopment debt area. 8E.
Okay, I make a motion that we adopt the ordinance for the city of Markham, Cook County,
I think we
Illinois.
want to waive the
Waive the
reading.
reading. We're gonna waive that reading. Waive
Yeah.
the reading first.
I'm sorry, did I say adopt or did I say
You said
waive?
adopt, so
Yeah.
we're
I
gonna waive the reading.
apologize.
Okay,
I make a motion to waive the reading for the ordinance for the city of Markham, Cook County, Illinois, confirming the tax incentive, all locations financing for the First Amendment to the city of Markham interstate crossing redevelopment plan area.
Project area, yes. Second.
Second.
I'm sorry, project area.
Second.
Okay, I'm not saying this right tonight. I'm sorry.
okay, they're all running right together, they all look alike. Motion by Alderlady McDowell, second by Alderman Jones for ordinance, for this, to waive the reading for the, ordinance, city of Markham, Cook County, Illinois, confirming tax increment allocation financing for the First Amendment of the city of Markham interstate crossings redevelopment project area. Roll call?
Alderman Barron,
Yes.
Alderman Jones,
Yes.
Alderwoman McDowell,
Yes.
Alderwoman Hampton.
Yes.
Okay, I make a motion to adopt the ordinance for the city of Markham, Cook County, Illinois, confirming the tax incentive allowing location financing for the First Amendment to the city of Markham interstate crossing redevelopment project area.
Second.
Motion by Alderlady McDowell, second by Alderman Jones for an ordinance to adopt city of Markham, Cook County, Illinois, confirming tax increment allocation financing for the First Amendment of the city of Markham interstate crossings redevelopment project area. Question? Roll call?
Alderwoman McDowell,
Yes.
Alderman Barron,
Yes.
Alderwoman Hampton,
Yes.
Alderman Jones.
Yes. Excuse me, Mayor.
Yes.
Are we streaming on Facebook?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, it must be my computer. All right. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay. All right, next we have under 8F, a proposed ordinance amending Title 11 business regulations of the Code of Markham to regulate hotels and motels in the city of Markham, Illinois.
Mayor,
Yes.
I don't know if we want to address this now, real quick. I just had a couple of questions. Some
Sure.
questions. All right. I love the ordinance, but I think it's missing one thing. The city of Chicago is already doing it, but there's a new thing called Airbnb, where they're actually renting houses. And I would like for this to maybe absorb some of that language for housing also, just not only hotels and motels, but maybe we can do housing houses also, because it's a popular thing now, you know. So I don't know if we have to create a different ordinance or if we can implement that with this one, but give me your thoughts, attorney.
I would entertain, having a separate ordinance for it. That'd probably be best. This is gonna specifically address the hotel motel area, and I think that it would be more specific to that. And then there's other state things that go into what happens with the hotel motel. So we can keep that separate and just put together that way. I think we'd be much cleaner if we did that. So
Okay.
I'm all for it. I think we should address that. We've run into that this past summer with some house rentals that I think that weren't quite authorized. So
Okay.
it'd be good to be able to regulate it the proper way. So we'll get together on that right away after. I'll make a note tonight and we'll start on it tomorrow.
Yes, because I mean, some of these houses they went out for the weekend,
Yeah.
and so you can definitely get ahead of the game. It'll be great.
Yeah, it's my first experience at this past summer. I didn't find out until it was over. A couple rentals happened I didn't know about, and they were very big rentals. Actually, they were party rentals.
Mm-hmm.
So they weren't
Yes.
actually just rental for the weekend with a family. It was a rental for the weekend with a party on the block.
Right.
So we need
Okay.
to get the regulations. So we'll address it. I'll get with legal and we'll clean that up and get something for us.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right.
Mayor, I have a question as well. On page 4, at the bottom for the penalties, 123.05. I'm not for sure exactly what the penalties were prior to. I'm sorry, I didn't get an opportunity to abreast myself of that at this particular moment. So what is the percentage of this here? Or is there a percentage that we have actually gone up? Because I think the fees are really kind of low, but then again, I don't know what were they previously. I'm not for sure.
I don't think there was any change made to the fee structure, and I'm not for certain if the fee structure is not just tailored to the ordinance, and if it's not tailored, it might be there might be a general table for it. I could probably ask Attorney Ross about that. We just were dealing with language, not the fee structure. You want to ask Attorney Ross, he's available there.
Yes, Attorney Ross. Yeah, I do honestly, Mayor, think it's important that we do address that, especially with our city kind of moving in a little different direction. I think we probably could address it. Yes, Attorney Ross.
Yes, thank you. So this entire section would be completely new, but it does impose any other penalties. So the city right now has a few different areas in its own code that it regulates hotels and motels in certain ways, or at least references it. And you can kind of see throughout the ordinance, right above it, like 123.04, where it references different other sections of the Markham Code to try and at least have one area where we can see where you go to look for everything else related to hotels and motels. But this would be a specific additional possibility of imposing fines and penalties if you're violating this specific chapter. But if you also, in each day that there's a violation, found that it's a constitute a separate and distinct offense. These are pretty standard. If we go much higher, it starts to become, it becomes a bit more of an issue. If each individual, if the actual starting fine starts to be higher, if we run into some problems where we'd have to justify how we're able to do that. But and it doesn't preclude imposing other fines found in the Markham Code. So because the regulations are generally spread out, this adds some additional requirements and doesn't take away the old requirements. So we can, if there's a bad actor, you can hit them a lot of different ways, so to speak.
And I might add something for you all, lady. This is the ordinance was drafted in mind that, if we had some habitual things that were happening at these locations, this would graduate kind of fast anyway. Yeah, when I got just now, I looked at the numbers because that isn't something I looked at. The numbers seem to be pretty suitable because, again, this will add up pretty fast if they're in violation of what we're really trying to go after in this particular ordinance anyway.
Well,
Right,
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was going to ask, how are we going to monitor this?
Well, the building and housing and the code department will be responsible for checking and making sure we have the right to check their registers and to make sure that periodically that we're not running into anything that would violate this particular ordinance.
Okay.
Mayor, thank you so much for, an attorney, thank you so much for that clarification.
And Alderman Barron, you know, again, I might want to mention, you know, we've already been doing that, and that's what really drove this. You know, that's why we're working on it. I mean, because we're already, you know, addressing it now. That's why we saw that there needed to be a change, because we're already out there running into it. Not just us, the fire department, you know, not just the building and housing or code, even the fire department. So
No, I knew about the fire department, and I knew about the glaring deficiencies that were presenting themselves, like disabling the smoke detectors and not having them work right, and they weren't wired into the central command properly. But I was aware of it, but I was just wondering how we're going to, like the guest registry, if we're getting the photo ID and everything. I mean, are we going to just do a random sampling?
Yeah, I mean, we're you know, that's we're going to have a even better routine about. We have, you know, annual and biannual inspections in some of these businesses, and this, you know, for where we're heading in the community, we have to tailor and tighten up what our motel, hotel, local industry is doing. And so we, you know, that's what's driving the ordinance. We've met about these things, and even the policing over there. So, you know, the reports we get, be it police and fire, and certainly the code department and the standards. So we're meeting with the hotel, motel owners, and we're having them in to let them know as well what's going to be required. Same thing that we've done in the tenant landlord type ordinances that we passed in the past also.
Yeah, I thank you for the explanation, Mayor, and I truly do feel that this is definitely warranted. It's definitely warranted.
Thank you.
If no further ado, Mayor, can I make a motion that we waive reading ordinance number, I think we're on 2285.
2286.
2286. An ordinance amending Title 11 Business Regulations of the Code of Markham to regulate hotels and motels in the city of Markham, Illinois.
Second.
Motion by Alderlady Hampton, second by Alderman Barron to waive the reading for amending Title 6 of the Business Regulations of Code of Markham to regulate hotels, motels for the city of Markham, Illinois. Roll call.
Alderman Jones,
Yes.
Alderwoman Hampton,
Yes.
Alderwoman McDowell,
Yes.
Alderman Barron.
Yes.
Mayor, I make a motion that we adopt ordinance number 2286, an ordinance amending Title 11 Business Regulations of the Code of Markham to regulate hotels and motels in the city of Markham, Illinois.
Second.
Motion by Alderlady Hampton, second by Alderman Barron to adopt ordinance amending Title 11. I said 6 before, it's 11. For business regulation of the Code of Markham to regulate hotels and motels in the city of Markham, Illinois. Question? Roll call?
Alderman Jones,
Yes.
Alderwoman McDowell,
Yes.
Alderwoman Hampton,
Yes.
Alderman Barron.
Yes.
Okay, next we have the 8G, a proposed ordinance amending section 112.023, number of license of chapter 112, alcoholic liquor, of Title 11 Business Regulations of the Code of Markham to increase the number of Class C license and Class E liquor licenses in the city of Markham, Illinois.
I don't have a copy of that.
I think it was sent via email.
Right.
And which
In
one?
our email. It was in our
It
email.
was actually sent today.
I know well, that's, okay. Let me see. Okay, I got the motor vehicle.
Attorney, while he's looking for that, the Class C, what is that?
Class C is gaming. Gaming liquor license.
Okay, and the Class E?
Okay, C is
Oh,
that's not unopened packages, liquor stores?
No.
Okay, got it backwards. Okay.
hold on just a second. Okay, okay, well, Class A, that relates to entertainment places that at least provide entertainment and sell liquor to be consumed on the premises.
Restaurant
With respect-
stores.
Now, we don't have, I don't believe, Mr. Mayor, any Class Bs that have been issued.
Yeah, we're just dealing with Class C and E tonight. That's it.
Yeah. What is Class E?
Class C is
Okay.
gas stations.
But
Restaurant businesses?
Gas stations.
Class C relates to liquor stores, at least.
No, there's been a change to it because the letters were changed, attorney, when we redid the ordinance. So we're just going with the change of the C, and we're just adding an addition to that, and an E, we're adding addition to that.
Okay.
And that is.
I just want to be sure we're on the same page.
So
Right, I
C-
thought C was for the gas stations and E was for gaming. Is that correct, Attorney Ross?
Miller?
Well, no,
Or
you know what?
Attorney Miller?
I'm just looking at the book I just recently got.
I know you're looking at, you need to look at the ordinance, attorney, the one that we just made corrections to.
Okay.
Section
Ross, do you have it?
112.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, so it was in, I believe it was at the end of 2019, so the most recent codification, I don't think would be updated with it. So, I understand, yeah. And so that's why E is gaming under the Illinois Video Gaming Act, and I believe, correct.
Okay.
And where C is
Gas stations.
Right,
gas
C is
stations.
gas
Alcohol's
stations.
not the sole or principal merchandise. So yes, gas station, grocery store.
Okay, I've got to get the updated
So,
one.
Mayor, so according to the according to this ordinance, we're rectifying C and
C and E.
C and
That's
E.
all- That's all we're dealing with is C and E.
All right. So
Gaming. E is gaming.
gas stations.
Correct, gaming and gas stations.
And E is gaming.
Correct.
Correct.
So, Mayor, so we want to extend the amount of licenses to these particulars, C and E, correct?
Yeah, we're just making room for gaming in the gas stations, and then we're also extending for one additional gas station. So we're making sure that we have enough licenses for what's coming in, for the additional gas stations that are coming in, and then also for gaming.
Can the city of Markham sustain 11 gas stations?
What's that? What's the question?
With a Class C, that's 11. We changed it from 7 to 11, right? So that
Yeah.
means we're gonna have 11 gas stations. That's quite a bit, isn't
Well,
it?
I've said this once before, and I don't know, maybe I just need to get something. I'm not reading from what everybody else is reading from. I've got C as gaming and E as gas stations. So we're only adding we're only adding one gas station as far as I can see here. The other are gaming license. We're going up to 11 for gaming, and then the additional gas station is what we're adding. So maybe we just have to switch it around, but that's how I understood it. Either way, the question you had, we can pass it and make sure that we got the numbers together. I mean, you all are telling me what it is. If I need to switch the numbers around, I guess. But your question is about the gas station.
Yes, 11 gas stations in the city of Markham. That's my,
I think we have 80.
okay. So Ross, Class C is what?
So if we can, let's get the most updated actual final version. I'm working off of a Word version, just a draft that I have in my files. But I believe the most updated one I have is that C is the gas stations, grocery store, drugstore, and E is gaming. But that's
Okay.
And that's the one from December, correct, Ross?
yeah, I believe
Right.
so.
So E is gaming
E is gaming,
and C is liquor store.
correct. It's packaged, so that includes grocery stores too.
Mhm.
So how many did, I'm sorry, I don't have that information. I'm sorry, Council, I'm not in town at this moment, but I don't, what was the amount that we want to increase on letter C, which is the liquor
4.
store?
It's 4. We have originally 7 and they want to go up to 11, which will be 4.
Right, before additional for gas stations.
And then
C, that's for liquor stores. Okay, okay.
And then
Unopened packages. I'm
and
sorry, say
then
that again, Alderman?
gaming breed is originally 7 and they want to increase it to 1.
Okay, so up to 8.
Correct.
Okay, and what was the number again for open for C? I'm sorry.
It's 7 now and they want to go to 11, which will be increasing it to 4.
Increasing it by 4.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, well,
Okay, Mayor,
those are the increases. So, and I stand corrected on the number of gas stations. So you all are correct. So
Okay.
that is correct.
Mayor Agpawa, I make a motion that we waive the reading of ordinance 20-0-2287, an ordinance amending section 112.023, the number of licenses of chapter 112 alcoholic liquor under title 11 business regulations of the Code of Markham to increase the number of Class C and Class C liquor license in the city of Markham, Cook County, Illinois.
Second.
Motion by Alderman Barron, second by Alderlady Hampton. Are we waiving reading here? Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, we're waiving the reading.
Yeah, okay. To waive the reading of amending section 112.023, number of licenses of chapter 112 alcoholic liquor, title 11 business regulations, Code of Markham, to increase the number of Class C license and Class E liquor licenses in the city of Markham. Roll call.
Alderwoman Hampton,
Yes.
Alderman Barron,
Yes.
Alderman Jones,
No.
Alderwoman McDowell.
Yes.
Mayor Agpawa,
Yes.
I make a motion for approval of ordinance number 20-0-2287, an ordinance amending section 112.023, number of license of chapter 112 of alcoholic liquor of Title 11 Business Regulations of the Code of Markham to increase the number of Class C and Class E liquor license in the city of Markham, Cook County, Illinois.
Second.
Motion by Alderman Barron, second by Lady Hampton, to adopt ordinance amending section 112023, number of licenses of chapter 112, alcoholic liquor of Title 11, business regulations for the Code of Markham as read. Any question? Before we go to roll call, as things develop, I'll just make this statement. With these different businesses that come in, we just have to, maybe not necessarily gaming, but we have to try to make room for different places in their store if they're doing store for liquor or a service station for liquor or whatever. So my position is what we'll do is bring these things for increase back to the board as they come up, not to try and make a whole conglomerate and just make this large number. I'll do better explanation. I've gotten confused myself with these going from D to C and from F to E. It's been kind of confusing as well, but I'll try and make that clear, and I'll try and make sure I understand it better myself to explain it. But that's all we're doing is really kind of taking care of what we've already committed to. That's it. I just wanted to make that statement to the board. With that, roll call.
Alderwoman Hampton,
Yes.
Alderwoman McDowell,
Yes.
Alderman Barron,
Yes.
Alderman Jones.
No.
Okay, next we have under 8H, a proposed ordinance amending section 51.043 construction meters of chapter 51 water of Title 5 Public Works of the Code of Markham to change the time period for temporary construction meters in the city of Markham.
Mayor, I have a question. This is the time to ask a question, correct?
You can do it. Yeah, I mean, you can do it now or do it when we get to that point. Either way is fine.
Yes, I have a question, Mayor. I did read on this particular ordinance. Have we had anyone in the past to actually take, I want to say, advantage of our code, and we need to increase it? Is there a particular reason?
Increase it? We're actually decreasing this.
Yes, I'm sorry, that's what I meant, decreasing. Is there a
Yes.
particular reason?
Oh yeah, that's absolutely. I mean, it's just, temporary water service, should just be for long enough to take care of your business. But these things have wound up in some cases just taking, they take longer than they should, and they keep getting extended. We don't want to leave meters out there like that and people live off of them. So they're just for construction purposes, and they should be very, very short term.
All right,
So
thank you for the explanation, Mayor.
Is 2 weeks long enough for a construction meter for water?
That's plenty.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all they need. If they're going to do something more than that, then, they just have to get back with us. But you don't need it for longer than that. Not, you don't build a house with water. You just use it to get by for what you're going to do. That's kind of how that works. If they're pouring concrete or something, it comes in a concrete truck, but.
And see, we went a lot to the toll road when they're cleaning, they're doing street sweeping and stuff. They buy all their water from us, from the Indiana line to I think about 127th Street. All those contractors, they buy their water from us, and they hook up right there on the edge of the shopping center on Richmond. I check it all the time. So,
right, we've just had be it landlords and business people for 90 days, and then sometimes they'll go ahead and do whatever they're going to do with the property, and it's still there, so it's just not really necessary to do that. We don't need to have to chase around something for several months like that. Do your business and let's keep it moving. If they need more, we'll work with them week by week. Much better that way.
So the way this works is that I'm sorry. So the way this works is we go in and we just turn off the water. Is that how this works? You know, once
No,
say we pass the 2 weeks.
No, we take a deposit for a meter and that meter is, we monitor that meter while they're doing the work for that time period. And that's what we charge them for.
Okay.
That's it. And then they bring it back. And there's a deposit for it and things like that. But, in the past, it wasn't really regulated very well. And there's no reason to have people on temporary service for that kind of time. It just makes no sense. Sign up for water service the right way and move on. You're 90 days, you're living somewhere. A couple weeks is you're working. But it's beyond, 30 days and 60, 90 days. It's just not the way to do it.
Is there a penalty if they don't bring it back in a 2 week time period?
Yeah, whatever their deposit was, and they're going to pay. They will keep the deposit that to cover the cost of the meter and potentially that of the water.
Okay. So I'm just
Mayor,
wondering.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was just wondering what is the initiative for them bringing the meter back? So there's a penalty, a charge.
They have to put that aside.
Yeah, $250.
Yeah, I'm not sure what do we have here listed for that amount.
250. The deposit is $250.
Right.
There's no penalty charge? They don't bring it back in 2?
Well,
do we
they
need
just
one? Or you think we should be okay?
They buy the meter. That's basically what it comes to. That's what it comes down to. That's what the cost.
I think it's a little bit more explanation to that as well, Alderman, in section B, in reference to those meters as well.
What do you mean by that?
It was stating, also it was stating in here that all temporary meters will terminate 2 weeks from the date of installation and will be discontinued after the deadline without further notice, if I'm listening to you correctly. If the property requires a temporary meter extension, additional use beyond the deadline of the owner must obtain written authorizations from the Building and Housing Department and pay the cost of all water and sewer uses through the deadline.
Well, I guess my question is, what stops them from keeping the meter? Do they get charged, or we just keep their $250 automatically? There's no penalty, no detailed penalty. Is it just a given?
$250 is what, and I believe they have an estimate for whatever the water usage would be. That's it. Then anything else, if they don't bring it back, then it's theft of services in one way or another, and that's the only way we would go after them. I mean, unless we're going to impose some huge amount up front for the construction meter, more than the 250. But I think that's probably about the cost. I don't think the meter costs much more than that. And then they have to pay, I believe, a estimate amount for the water. Other than that, then there would be stealing, and we get them for theft of service of whatever they take in terms of water or whatever they take in our equipment. But we've obviously got a deposit of what they're paying.
Okay.
So the biggest thing we were after in this wasn't probably that part of it. It's just the amount of time that they're out there and they don't apply for permanent water service. And then we wind up with a construction meter being the meter at the house, and it never got dealt with. And that also requires some follow-up from the building department, which, that's better as well. Again, a lot of these things that are before you are things that are being corrected. So that's why these ordinances are in front of you, because we're dealing with it. And we're finding that this is the best way to do it, because we're on to what we should be, doing here with these meters and other things, like the motels in there.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
Mayor Agpawa.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Mayor Agpawa, I said we waive the reading to ordinance number, I think we're on 2288.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, 2288, an ordinance amending section 51.043, construction meters of chapter 51, water to title V, public works of the Code of Markham to change the time period from temporary construction meter in the city of Markham, Illinois.
Second.
Motion by Alderlady Hampton, second by Alderman Barron to waive the reading for ordinance amending section 51.043 construction meters of chapter 51 of water, title 5 public works, Code of Markham to change the time period of temporary construction meters for the city of Markham. Roll call.
Alderman Jones,
Yes.
Alderwoman McDowell,
Yes.
Alderman Barron,
Yes.
Alderwoman Hampton.
Yes. Mayor, I make a motion that we adopt ordinance number 2288, an ordinance amending section 51.043, construction meters of chapter 51, water of title 5, public works of the Code of Markham to change the time period for temporary construction meters in the city of Markham, Illinois.
Second.
Motion by Alderlady Hampton, second by Alderman Barron to adopt ordinance amending section 51.043 construction meters of chapter 51 of water, title 5 public works as read. Any question? Roll call.
Alderman Barron,
Yes.
Alderwoman McDowell,
Yes.
Alderman Jones,
Yes.
Alderwoman Hampton.
Yes.
Okay, next under 8I, we have a proposed ordinance amending Chapter 73, motor vehicle offenses of Title 7 of Traffic Code of the Code of Markham to adopt the Illinois Vehicle Code by reference.
I thought we did that.
No, it's been talking about it for 10 years.
Well, I might be wrong, but I thought that we adopted the Illinois Vehicle Code before we opened up the Markham Court.
No, we didn't do it. We didn't get this part of it.
Okay.
This will cover, as you know, more moving violations, which we didn't really do years ago when myself and Alderlady Dudak put the court and the ordinances together. We didn't do it.
Now, will this include Class A misdemeanors?
I can't, if it's in the code, it will, but I can't speak without looking. I don't want to try to, if it's in the code, I would say yes.
Well, see, that's the reason I was asking was, well, I thought, and I guess I could be wrong, but I thought that we had adopted the Illinois Vehicle Code, and that the only ones that we couldn't do were the ones that were like driving on a suspended license, eluding the police, DUIs, because they can also be prosecuted as Class A misdemeanors.
If the vehicle code allows it for under this section, then we would be able to do it under that state statute. So yes, it would be under, and I would think if it's a moving violation, we would be able to do it. That would be correct.
Mayor Ike Powell, I'll make a motion that we waive the reading of ordinance 20-0-2289, an ordinance amending chapter 73 of the motor vehicle offenses of title 12 of the traffic code of the Markham Code to adopt the Illinois Vehicle Code as by reference.
Second.
Motion by Alderman Barron, second by Alderlady Hampton to waive the reading for ordinance amending chapter 73 of the motor vehicle code of title 7 of the traffic code of the code of Markham to adopt the Illinois Vehicle Code by reference.
My correction, you're right. Okay.
Okay, and that would be roll call.
Alderman Jones,
Yes.
Alderwoman Hampton,
Yes.
Alderwoman McDowell,
Yes.
Alderman Barron.
Yes. Mayor Agpower, I motion for approval ordinance number 20-0-2289, an ordinance amending chapter 73 of the Markham or motor vehicle offenses of Title 7 of the Traffic Code of the Markham Code to adopt the Illinois Vehicle Code by reference.
Second.
Motion by Alderman Barron, second by Alderlady Hampton, to adopt ordinance amending chapter 73 of the motor vehicle offenses of Title 7 of the Traffic Code as read. Any question? Roll call.
Alderwoman McDowell,
Yes.
Alderman Barron,
Yes.
Alderman Jones,
Yes.
Alderwoman Hampton.
Yes.
That's all that I have, members of the city council, unless there is a need, Mr. Durham, I don't know if he's still, but other than that, that's all that I have to report under my report this evening.
Thank you, Mr. Attorney.
All right, thank you.
City Clerk. Yes.
I'm sorry, pardon me, Mayor. Mayor, can I please be excused at this particular time? As we all know, or some of you all don't know, I am definitely out of town. My dad is not doing well at all, and I need to go back and attend. Will it be feasible and legal that I can excuse myself at this particular moment once we completed the ordinances? Would that be okay, Mayor, with your permission?
That's fine, Alderlady. We understand and we'll keep you in prayer, you and your family.
Okay, thank you all. You all have a great evening. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you. City Clerk's report.
I just wanted to make one more update regarding McClurry School for any of those that are registered to vote at precinct 7 and 21, which is typically McClurry School at the on Holman. That has been moved to City Hall in the council chambers for election day. Alderman Barron brought to my attention that he did receive something in the mail still indicating that it is the school for his polling location. However, if you look online, it's been changed, and Cook County has assured me they will be sending out letters to those affected in precinct 7 and 21 to let them know about the change.
Got
And
a
they will
notice
post.
today. Got a notice today.
You got it today? Okay. And they'll be posting signage at the school to direct anyone who didn't receive the notification or may have missed it or just plain forgot. So other than that, that's all that I have.
Okay, very good. Thank you. Appreciate getting that squared away. I'd hate to be heading to that school and I can't vote. That's over by me and I'll be standing by myself. Right, Alderman Barron, I'll be over there in that ward by myself. So thank you, Madam Clerk. We appreciate that, getting that done. Okay, we'll go over to the mayor's report. I'll do my best to get through this quickly. There's always quite a bit that goes on bi-weekly. We have some of the routines that are out there. Always good to let you know operationally and administratively what we're getting done. The branch pickup, I think until we get a forestry department, I think we may have one indirectly. It's just going to be nonstop and continuing. We still are working on a number of trees citywide to try to get some of that under control. We're only dealing with the ones that are obviously by the roadways, unless it's some other hazard that we may have to deal with because of budget constraint. But primarily that's what we're doing. We have made some progress in various easements around town and still getting to vacant properties that we have not gotten to. Believe it or not, in the last 2 years, there's still a house or two out of the few hundred that we had that were vacant that we did not get to, and just it's been a very big task. But we've put more than a dent in all the vacants that we have to care for until one day somebody goes over to the Cook County scavenger sale. Everybody wants to call the mayor's office and ask where the houses at. They're online at the county assessor's office. They're not online at the mayor's office. You got to go to the scavenger sale and buy them. Um, the only homes that we've been involved with were ones from years ago. I always make the comment that have been in litigation for one reason or another, and they're not available to the public. And hopefully, the handful that we had, um, they would be available to the public at that point. We'll hurry up and do that. But if people are interested in housing, they just simply go to the scavenger sale, or they know an address, go online, look it up, go buy it. City doesn't have anything to do with that, but they seem to think so. So we've done pretty well about taking care of the vacant properties and cleaning them up. As you all know, we've been working on the roads citywide. That's been nonstop. We're trying to get to as many more streets with repair and cut out sections of a bad road and put back a good road where we can before it gets cold. Um, we did have, and I'll let the city administrator elaborate more, but all I know is that I've got a calendar with a 10-day countdown for fixing subdivision streets. So that's why my clock is saying 10 days, and I want to see some asphalt flying. But I'll let city administrator respond to that. Me and Alderman Jones want to talk about that one. But everywhere for that grant, I believe he can tell us about what's happening with it. We've done some sidewalk repairs. We still have a few left to do, um, uh, but we've only been able to again just kind of scratch the surface with it because some of these sidewalks were buckled up because of trees, and we were able to get some repairs, but we had to get the tree out, which is costly, grind the stump, which is costly, and then do the repair itself of the sidewalk, which is costly. So it's citywide, and we just have to keep picking at it. And next year, I'm sure we'll get some more dollars to deal with that. We are going to go back and continue to spend time with trying to get Country Air still back on track with trees that are uprooted and down. Um, we've got a couple places, there and at Bel Air as well. There's a home with a tree, that still it's on a vacant, but we're going to try and get that taken care of some kind of way. And then we'll just have to do it like we do the other vacants when we clean them. But we're getting into those subdivisions and trying to get them straight. Just want to mention in the building department, we've got some different procedure with building and water department procedures that we're making sure that people are identifying themselves as homeowners to those properties, and we're making sure that we have the right people at the right address that are. Believe it or not, you'd be surprised. We got some people that will work on some houses and they don't even live there. And why would they do that? Because they call those squatters. And people kind of do that. We've had that to happen. We make sure that we know who's living at the property, and it's the proper taxpayer that lives there. And so we make sure that we get the right uh, documents when people are coming into the building, into the water department, and that the landlords and the tenants have good information back to the city so we can regulate where people are at and what they're doing with in terms of the ordinance and the code. So just thought I'd mention that those departments are working as they should. All the rest of the departments, police, fire, and public works, as you know, are on the move, and they're doing what they should citywide. If they're not, please let us know. And we'll certainly address anything that's going on with them. I had the honor of a lady named Miss Kenny that lives here in Markham to swear her in as a board member. She's a resident here in Markham, lives on Lawndale in town here, and she's been involved with PTO and things like that. And we have our second school board member that we haven't had in a long time from the city of Markham. Ms. Davis is our current president here for the District 144. And so we've got another representative here locally for us. And I think that's a good thing to have representation in our schools. And they invited me over Monday, and it was an honor to be over there with the school. And they do a lot of good things over there at our school. I appreciate all our school districts. But with that being said, that ends my report. I'm going to go over to allow the city administrator, the economic development director to chime in at this point of that part of the second part of my report. Mr. Champion.
Good evening, everyone. I guess I'll start with the, the good news. We were awarded the additional $99,000 to complete the community development block grant. So we're really excited about that. The county did award us those extra funds. We had a pre-construction meeting on Monday, which during that time, we met with Iroquois and Robinson Construction. It is expected that they will start work on the streets the first week of November, which is good news. And really excited about that. I know it's been a long time coming. I know the mayor, Alderman Jones, I know you guys have been going back and forth with this for a while, but we're about 10 days away or so. So I'm really excited for Markham, and people can ride their dune buggies or whatever now, man, without getting thrown out of it. So really excited about that. So just kind of stay tuned. So if you hear a little noise, just know it's some improvement, road improvements taking place. So that's some good news. So just to kind of talk about the Amazon project a little bit and the quality of life plan that I've been working on with those stakeholders, Ryan Companies and Scannell. Had a meeting with them this morning, and I presented a PowerPoint presentation, just kind of backtracking with some of the things that we've been talking about in general. And the agenda was, just a couple bulleted points about the project update, the MBE participation, and the quality of life plan discussion, and then next steps. So I wanted to recognize Eric Abrams and Nate, can't think of Nate's Feldman, I think it is, from Ryan Companies. We had several Black contractors and minority contractors that were calling into City Hall and really wanted some type of engagement on the project. Well, it really opened up a great door, because now there's a CEO roundtable that is being conducted. So it's with Ryan's company in the Great Lakes region. So all of their top brass is going to sit down with some of our local MBEs and talk about how they could be a part of this growing construction space going forward. They're also talking about creating a capital fund that will help minority contractors, with financial obligations as well, which I like, at a non-predatory rate. We also talked about the quality of life plan, which consists of some of the physical improvements of Markham, such as our parks, our holiday lights, the fire truck, getting our water tower painted as well. So I kind of broke it down in two phases. Phase two, we talked about our STEM careers. We're in discussions with Ryan Companies and Scannell and Amazon, because as people may or may not know, that this is a robotics fulfillment center. And when you think about robotics, you think about coding, and the STEM space is very important. Had a meeting with Dr. Patterson in School District 144. We are scheduled to meet with Dr. Ken Spells next week at School District 152 and a half to talk about implementing a coding program for 152 and a half. But we have some great things coming down the pipeline. I'm really excited about that. Just knowing that our stakeholders really want to play a part in our community and really pushing this community forward. I think that's really important. And last but not least, excuse me, just to go back to the STEM conversation. So not only they're talking about funding the program and with equipment as well, but we're talking about scholarships, internships, and mentorship as well during this process. And I also talked to them about a timeline in which we can actually host a job fair, a virtual job fair in Markham. So we're definitely going to partner up with Amazon as well as maybe one of the, maybe Cook County Workforce or Skills for Chicagoland to co-partner with this event. And I'm looking at the second week of February to host that event. I think with our general election coming up and the holiday season, I think the first quarter of February would be enough time for us to really plan appropriately. And I did mention that to the stakeholders this morning on our biweekly call. And normally we try to stay in contact throughout the week. They asked me to prioritize a list of 3 parks that we want to that we want them to address right away with some of the upgrades. So I'll be working with Quintina Brown on that portion to find out which parks really need to be touched right away. We're trying to get some things in before the weather changes, and then we'll phase out throughout the rest of 21. Any questions from us?
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. City Administrator. Appreciate it
Yeah.
for the update. And we'll go ahead and move right along then, right over to new business. Alderman Jones.
Yes, Mayor, once again, thanks again, piggybacking off what you're saying for the branch pickup. I mean, it's great. You picking those branches. I mean, the trees being cut down, I know it's going to be an extensive project, but a little at a time, a journey of 1,000 miles starts with the first step. So I appreciate what you're doing. So, I mean, kudos to you for that. Also, thank you for coming out and do the walkthrough with me through Country Air for the street repair. Thank you. And a lot of my constituents was happy to see you out there. You're like, wait, that's the mayor? He out here on the streets?
Yeah.
So they really enjoyed seeing you. Trust me. They told me afterwards, like, hey, that was really cool for him to, come out there like that. And secondly, like always, the city of Markham is turning off water. So the Bremen Township, if you live in Bremen Township, we do assist with water bills, constituent city of Markham residents. So if you have a disconnection notice with city of Markham and you live in Bremen Township, we do help with water bills. So please come on by. Don't be crying on the mayor's lap, saying this, come on see me. We can definitely assist with those water bills. We assist up to a nice percentage of the water bills, as the mayor knows. So come on by for that. I'd like to give my kudos out to Public Works Ed for cleaning those alleys up in my ward, with the people that fly dumping. Mr. Crewell over there by the VFW, he's extremely happy. Some other areas that you were touched on. So Public Works, keep up the good work. I really appreciate what you all are doing out there. Also, the month of November, leaf pickup, free bags. You don't need the leaf bags. So just fill those bags up, break those leaves, put them in bags, and there's no charge. There's no charge. So please, definitely get involved. And 2 more things, Mayor, I'd like to touch on is that's actually the crew that works behind the scenes. I got to give my kudos out to Rick Foy, Eric Booker and Michael Taylor for the work they're doing in the facility over there, the Comcast Center. I mean, so many constituents are so happy about Channel 4. And I mean, just to see us on there, to see us, that's what I'm talking about, to show us and what we're doing in our community. So thank you for that access channel, Comcast. I mean, my seniors definitely love it. It's to see what they, because sometimes they're not computer literate, but they can hit Channel 4 and they have Comcast. Then they watch those channels. So thanks, Mayor, for, activating that channel so my seniors can look at that. And last but not least, November 3rd, come out to vote, people. Your vote is needed. Also, there's early voting in Markham Courthouse on the first floor. Please vote. This is a very crucial election. So please come out and vote. That's all, Mayor. Thanks again.
Thank you, Alderman Jones. Alderman Barron.
The street repairs are continuing, getting a lot of nice feedback. The tree trimming, I saw them working on them yesterday. Also, they're doing a lot of relining of gas lines in the 4th Ward. I also see that they're marking places out in Canterbury, so I guess they're just going east. So, I'm really pleased. They're almost done with 159th Street. I didn't think they'd ever finish that job, but it really is nice. And
Yes.
the lights are over the top. I mean, they're beautiful. So I've wanted that since I've been on the city council, and they all work, which is a good thing. So that's all I have, Mayor.
Just to mention about 159th, I'm not for sure if they're going to finish Crawford this year. Me and Todd met with Iroquois when they were here, just so you know, if they're going to finish Crawford at 159, we'll keep you posted. They still had some other things, some infrastructure issues to deal with. So they weren't sure if they're going to have the road improved before winter or not. I hope that they do, because as nice as Kedzie and Central Park are looking, we'd like to finish it up. So, and we're continuing obviously to work in the Cloverleaf. The guys are still down there working. We're not letting up on that. So thank you, Alderman Barron. Old Lady McDowell.
Good evening, Mayor and City Council. I am very excited about our streets that are getting ready to be repaired in my ward. Had the chance to go out with the mayor and the residents. We're very happy, Mayor, to have you out in the ward to see you and to be able to talk to you personally. So I thank you for that. Mr. Champion, your report was absolutely fabulous tonight. I am excited of what's coming in Markham and what you're doing to help our city. I'm actually calling the Amazon the downtown Markham area. So I'm excited to see what's going to be coming to Markham. That is always going to be my title, Markham downtown area.
That's right.
I want to thank Public Works and actually our building department, who is really doing a fantastic job, not only in my ward, but I can say probably throughout the entire city. And let's remember to keep Alderman Hampton's father in prayer, that God will give them strength and healing for the condition that's going on with her dad.
Yes, thank you for those words. I was going to backtrack though. You ended on a serious note, but I had a chuckling note that you're going to have an argument on your hands about downtown is in Alderman Jones's ward.
Oh, okay.
Let him tell it is downtown over there. So I'm going to let all of you all figure out where it's at.
Well, you got uptown and you got downtown. That's
Uptown.
all.
Right.
We uptown. They downtown.
Right. Absolutely. So it'll be downtown mine and uptown yours. There,
okay, there we go. Okay. Well, Al, we don't know where me and Alderman Barron will be at. We'll be somewhere though.
okay.
Anyway. Okay, well, with that, moving on right to public session and to the city clerk. We need to open the floor first, I guess so.
Make a
I
motion.
make a motion that we open the floor to the public.
Second.
Roll call.
Alderman Jones,
Yes.
Alderwoman McDowell,
Yes.
Alderman Barron.
Yes.
I have 2 submissions. 1 second. Okay. The first I have, it says, Honorable Mayor, Councilman, and everyone attending today. My name is Betty McCullough. I am a business owner and senior citizen in the city of Markham. I've been trying to reopen the previous named daycare center, which you may know as Oladiji Daycare, or Joyful Beginnings located at 3333 West 159th Street. I cannot seem to get anyone to come out to do the inspections from the city. The state fire marshal have approved me with no violations. I pay rent of $5,160 per month. I am also responsible for property taxes and insurance. I pay all utilities. I'm responsible for any problems that building incur, like air conditioning, hot water tank, etc., which I've had to replace both. I've spent and still spending my retirement pending on the opening of this daycare center. The school is beautiful. We have followed all of the CDC guidelines. It is just sitting there waiting on approval from Markham. I pray this to be looked into as expediently as possible because each month the rent and all expenses continue to accumulate. Please help.
Okay. Yeah, I think I can just address that. As I know, I am kind of aware of this. I've heard about it. There's been some calls to my office about it as well. I know that um, the building department has been working to address it. It sounds like Ms. McCullum, though, and from what you read, I don't have all the language in front of me. I'm just remembering what you read. Has done a lot of things without any city council approval to operate a business. I think that it would have probably been better to get approval from the planning, zoning, and certainly the city council prior to making all those commitments that she made prior. The city will obviously go through what it needs to, but looks like she's kind of put herself in a position without any approval from any of our parts of the agency of government. So I'll look into it and address it and see what I'm sure at some point it sounds like she's operating a business that or wants to operate a business that will have to go through the board at some point or another. And it's good that it would be good that any business that wants to open a business should seek approval to do it prior to going through all the steps with other agencies and spending money before they get themselves in too deep. That isn't how it works. So we'll look at, does she have a phone number on there, Madam Clerk?
She does not.
Okay, so she got an email address, that's what it is?
Hold 1 second. I will forward you the
Yeah.
email, and then
Sure.
that way you can have it.
Yeah, send it to Miss Ernestine, and then we'll take it from there.
Alrighty.
And Mr. Champion, you can help along with it as well. All right.
So I sent that to Ernestina.
Okay, thank you.
Alrighty. And our next one is Miss Rosemary Calvert. Good evening, Mayor Powell, the Markham City Council, and the Markham residents. Number one, early voting at Thornton Township is Monday, October 19th, 2020 through November 2nd, 2020. Hours are Monday through Friday, 8:30 a.m. I think this is supposed to be 9 p.m. Saturday and Sunday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday, our first day, the line was wrapped around the building. Number two, Thornton Township will be accepting applications for the 2020 Christmas program for toys and food baskets, October 19, 2020 through October 23rd, 2020. You can log on to thorntontownship.com or call 708-596-6040, extension 3205. You must be a Thornton Township resident. You'll need proof of residence, proof of the last 30 days of income, and birth certificate for each member of the household. Children are born from 2007 to 2020, 13 and under. Number three, right now, the assessor's office is doing board of review for all homeowners that did any appeals for their property taxes this year, 2020. If you own a home, you should be appealing your property taxes every year. Your taxes should not be $4,000 more than your neighbor than your neighbors. Don't sit back and complain. Do something about it. Appeal, appeal, appeal when it is your age group to do so. Usually seniors are done in the first quarter of the year. Under 65 years, time is usually the third quarter of the year. I'm always willing to share this information. Number 4, the assessor's office doing permits for every resident. What is this, you ask? Anyone that goes to their city hall to purchase a permit for work being done on the home outside, the permit information is sent to the assessor's office. Addition to the home, garage, etc. That's how your taxes go up. Anytime you have any questions about the Thornton Township, please call Rosemary Calvert, 708-596-6040, extension 3211. So she didn't have a question, just information.
Wow, that I was kind of waiting for the question to come in tonight. And now my joke would be appropriate, because it was very good to have the Bremen Township information and then get Thornton. So we have the better of both worlds of Markham. But I also was going to let her know that this is not Frank Zuccarelli's meeting. He's a good friend of mine. But anyway, I'm so grateful that our townships, both of them, with Maggie and over there, and Frank through the years have been with us. We got the better of both worlds, and we got 2 great townships. So I appreciate Rosemary, I really do. I really appreciate all the information, and so do the residents, because we really that's very valuable for us to be involved like that. So thank you so much. All right. Well, if there's nothing else, is there anything else, Madam Clerk?
Nope, that is it.
Okay. Well, then we need a motion to close the meeting.
Make a motion to close the meeting to the public.
Second.
Roll call.
Alderwoman McDowell,
Yes.
Alderman Barron,
Yes.
Alderman Jones.
Yes.
Okay. With that, then we just need a motion and a roll call for adjournment.
Make a motion that we adjourn the meeting.
Second.
And motion Alderman Barron, second Alderman Jones. Roll call.
Alderman Jones,
Yes.
Alderwoman McDowell,
Yes.
and Alderman Barron.
Yes.
Motion
Okay.
carried.
All right, motion carried. Everybody have a wonderful evening, and have a good night, and stay safe, everybody.
Good
Thank you.
evening.
Good night.